Hi everyone, happy Friday to all of us. In case you had a week that you couldn't wait for it to finish, good news is that it's Friday and it's a weekend ahead of us. And in case you had a nice week and it just went really quick, that's also good news that weekend is ahead of us, because weekends are great for us to be able to create whatever we want there, right? It's in our hands. So anyway, welcome everyone. I am joining today with Susanna, who is joining me in a little moment. And I'm very excited today because guess what? Today we are going to be speaking about how to live the life we love. And it's very broad subject, so we will see whether we will finish everything today in one kind of chunk of section. I wrote this article and I just kept on going. I've got so much to give to you, and I'm sure Susanna will also have her own side to share and to add. And I'm very excited that this is interactive, so you guys will be able to also contribute, and I would love you to contribute to this subject because I believe that we all have a lot to add to this and also to learn from each other. So Zuzka is joining me very soon, and here she is.
Hello
Ahoy,
everyone.
Susie.
Ahoy. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Hello everyone. How is everyone? How are you?
Yes, let us know where you're joining us from, and how are you? Let us know. Just like, I'm fine. Like, give me 1 to 10. Like, how are you right now? With 10 being like I'm super duper, 5 being I'm okay, and 1, 2, 3 being meh.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10, Susie, how are you?
Uh, I'm 7, I would say 7. And but actually the sun started shining now, right now, as we started. So I'm getting better, but it's very windy, and the wind, I know we talked about this before, is affecting me every time. Like, but it's so windy, gusty here. It's just like, oh, I just want to be at home and warm. But yeah, that's why. But otherwise, very good.
Yeah, me
How
too.
about you?
I done my little exercise this morning. I'm super happy. And but do you know what? I agree with you in terms of sun, because we had one sunny day here in Slovakia. Zuzka is joining me from London. We had one sunny day, and my God, it was so different. Like people in the shops and
Yeah,
everything was very different.
makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Huge difference. And today I'm very happy to say that we are going to be talking about how we can all of us, not just me, you or a few selected ones, but all of us live the life we love. We are going to be talking not just about some theory. Susanna and I, we are going to share some of our own experiences. Hi, Evie. Evichka is greeting us, and we have some hearts. Thank you very much. Keep on sending
Oh,
them. It's
nice.
always so nice to see the little hearts on the screen. So we are not just going to be talking about theory about this subject, because you can read it in any magazine. In fact, probably every single magazine, or there's so much written about this subject, is writing about it. Is writing about how to be healthy, vital, how to make money. Like, it's very popular, right? But I guess our live streamings are a little bit different, or so I believe, because we are bringing something real into this, something authentic, something that worked in our own lives, in lives of our clients. And so we are hoping that you are going to not only have a great time with us, but also receive something very valuable. And if you only hear one sentence that is going to resonate with you today, and that you are going to be able to take with you and implement, that's both of us winning. Do you agree, Susie?
Yeah, exactly. Every little thing, sometimes it only takes little thing you hear and it's like, wow. And you do that, it makes a big difference, it makes a big change. But also I want to say, share with us, because, yes, we welcome you to share and your experiences, change your life, whether it's big or small, and how is it for you. So it's interactive, isn't it? So you're very welcome to do that.
I would love to also hear from you your stories, you know, like my life before was different and then this happened and then I done this and it completely shifted the way I experience the life now. So I would love to hear those stories. We would both love to hear, and also like for other people to read it is such a gift. So please share, because sometimes I feel that people are stingy in terms of sharing, and actually it's so
powerful.
It's
powerful for all of us, not just for the. It's powerful for the people that share. And it's powerful. It might feel a bit strange, but it is powerful when you then get other people on board and they're sharing their story or resonate with your story or say, oh, this is very similar like I had, or reminds them of something, or perhaps they say an opposite of your story. You know, they're all very powerful and every story should be shared.
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And just to check with you guys, I can see several of you and more are joining us. I just want to check in whether you can hear us both well, because I can hear Zuzana a little bit quiet. I can hear you, Zuzi.
Okay.
But I can hear you a little bit, it's quiet, and I wonder whether it's the same for you
guys.
Let us
know.
So just let us know whether you can hear us both equally. And, but hopefully it's okay. Just put us a little comment. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And I think signal is fine, because that's good on my side. And Zuzi, let's just briefly introduce ourselves and then we go ahead.
Yes, so I'm Zuzana Taylor. I'm a transformational business coach, and I help women and men, if that's what is meant to be, to help them build their businesses and lives the way that is aligned with them. So that's in a nutshell. How about you?
My name is Lucia Hoxha. I'm fertility and relationship mindset coach, and I've been supporting women all over the world for the past 20 years this year, actually. We are 2023.
Congratulations.
So 22 decades I've been doing what I love, and I feel very, very blessed and very grateful for continuing doing this. So that's us, guys, and let us know also where you are joining us from. And you know what, I would love to hear, like, what is your motivation clicking on play on this streaming video? Is it just like, and you can say just like, yeah, I'm just curious, it's an interesting subject, or I'm in a process of, you know, changing my life, on the crossroads of my life, and I wonder what I can create. You know, I've got a lot of people coming to me who just ended relationship, and now they are kind of starting the clear plate. So, you know, they want to see, like, it's very important stage of your life, because, you know, you're just kind of creating your new life. And I believe life is very short. And so you know, ideally we should be on the side of creation of it, because, you know, and that's why we are doing this streaming as well, because, you know, some people live their lives and it's just like wherever the wind takes me type of thing. And things happen in life. And yes, some things we don't have influence on. Like, unfortunately, my dad is in the last stages of Parkinson's, and there is very little other than comfort. And even today, you know, I bought him a new TV, so I make his life as pleasant as I possibly can. But the disease itself, I cannot do anything about. So yes, I absolutely agree. But then we still have a choice, the way we view and the way we approach things that life throws at us. And then is the part where we can really create, like our daily routine, like the way we talk to our children, or, you know, there's a lot of things that we actually can
and it's interesting you said that, because and you've given this example, because even with situation like this, you know, it's not something pleasant, but like you said, take it day by day, make the most of it, and you and create, because we are creators, and we can create good memories or good experiences or bad. It's all up to us what we do with it. So yeah, even in those situations, it is, at the moment, it might feel like, it's the worst thing ever, and you can't help the feelings, and that's fine. But then create something that is, creating something that is, you do your best you can, basically, in those situations, if it makes sense.
And it takes something, because we can
Yes.
go on and on about hardships of our lives and about things that are
And fair
hard.
enough, it is, it's fair enough. We need to ventilate those things sometimes, but yeah, go on. Yeah, it's fair enough, because life can be hard. It's what do you make of it?
It's tough, but we can, exactly, we can just go, okay, it is what it is, and that end is very important there. And is there anything, or what can I do about it? That's the question, and that is going to be probably the core of our streaming today. So
Absolutely.
Shall we just start? And before we even start, I want to hear from you guys. Like, send us a little comments, and make sure I see those comments. Let me see. Yeah. So what do you do to make sure you live the life you love? What do you do? How can we, what are your thoughts? What are your suggestions? I want to know. And it can be anything, guys. You cannot say anything wrong, because it's your life and it's what works for you. So it can be anything. I have a bubble bath, or I'm going for a run this evening, or I watch this, I don't know, Royals on Netflix. That makes me, whatever, Friends, that makes me giggle. Or, just let me know what you do in your life to actively or consciously to create the life, to have the kind of life you love. It's a good question, isn't it?
Very good. Yeah, it is a good question.
Yeah.
And it could be little things like going for a walk, because it's something that you enjoy doing, clears your mind, and it's usually the little things, and the little things bring us to the big things.
Yes.
Because they create something bigger, they create that big life. So it is a good question. Yeah.
It is a good question. And in the meantime, while we are listening to your comments, maybe we can go ahead, Z. So shall we? Tip number 1. Are you ready? That. Just send in the comments, I'm ready.
Let's do that. So, we've got a list. So we've got a list of things. What is it? 21.
List.
Yes. So we need to get through it. Don't need to, but we would like to.
If we get through it, great. If not, there will be number 2, okay, of this kind of stuff. Yeah. So let's just see how it goes. So first of all, point number 1 is, and I deliberately put it as a point number 1, to create the life you love. First and foremost, is very important to check in. Where are you at right now? And what I mean by checking in, I mean, it's great to take, very simply, just a piece of paper where on one side you write down everything what is working in your life. Everything what is okay, what is good, what is, what you're happy with, or what is at least okay, And then on the other side of the paper, or, new page, write down everything what is not working in your life, or what is not working as well as you would like to, okay? And I want to say with this, some areas, like relationship with your partner, can be on both sides, okay? On both pages. Because some things can be like kind of working, but it can be better. So, put it on both sides and write down like why. Okay, so if it's working, if relationship with your husband is working, write it down on working side and write down why. So it's working because, you know, he's responsible, he's reliable, and, you know, I can lean on him. And put the same thing, relationship with my husband, in not working area, and also put down why. So, you know, but we don't have enough of intimacy, or we are not laughing as much as we used to, or I feel he doesn't appreciate me enough. Yeah, you with me, guys? Let me thumbs up if you're with me.
I'm with you.
It's very, very good practice, Susie.
Yeah, I know.
What's your
Yeah,
experience with this?
it's a good practice. Yeah, it gives you perspective, brings you to, you know, everything that you write down on the paper and you put your mind into focus on the paper. It brings you to perspective and to the of what is going on in your life and where you are at, and it's very clear what your priority is, what you can work on. So I don't know, that's how it works for me.
Yes. And little help questions, like, for example, if you're focusing on an area of your career, you know, like you might be very satisfied with the pay, but it's not fulfilling you.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
not one of your passions. Or you can be, I don't know, like, do you feel good about work that you are doing? Is it giving you energy? Are you you know, are people you working with your friends as well, like, or at least people who you like to spend the time with? Or is it, you know, is it very challenging with some of your workers? You know, like, you need to consider all these things. Then pick the area of health, you know,
including yourself.
yes,
including yourself.
including yourself. Yeah. And your free time, you know, your spiritual development, personal development, the time to do things you love, you know.
Yeah.
Interactions with your family, friends.
Health.
Yeah. Your weight, you know, the way you look.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Like
of
that.
that.
So first point is check in with your current situation, just so it's very, very good little practice, just so you can really see like where you stand, where you're at right now. Is the very starting point. And for you to be able to create anything, and especially the life you love, you need to start being aware and conscious about, okay, where I'm at right now.
Gives you the starting point, because sometimes as well, it's like, well, there's so many things. For example, if we intend to, or we all, I think, want to make our lives better and improve and work on it, but where do you start, isn't it? Because there might be so many or few things. Well, where do you start? It can be overwhelming. You don't know where to start doing things at the same time, and it's not working like that. So it gives you that insight. Then you can, I don't know, you are probably going to take it further, like, okay, then you can, once you've got that list, you can look at how it's affecting you and what would be the priority for you, what would make your life different, what would make the most impact. If that change or improve, would it make the biggest impact in your life? Would it change your life? So then you start on that one first.
Yes,
or with that one first.
For example, if area of your health or vitality is struggling, right, it's going to automatically impact your relationships, even your finances, you know, because performance is going to impact your general relationship with people, with your partner, your intimacy, your anything and everything, right? And that's just, you know, so, but I guess, you know, when we don't feel, that's why people say, right, I wish you health, because when we are healthy, then and vital, and, you know, we have energy, then everything else follows. And that's very closely linked to our mental health, and emotional health. So once this is, you know, this is like kind of, I see it as a very core, the very base of everything. And then from there, you know, we can we feel creative when we feel great about ourselves, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good. The second, do you want to go, Susie? Do you have it?
So the second one is clarify your own core values. And probably with this exercise, when we do this exercise, when you do that exercise, you will see, you will notice and you will see what you value in your life, isn't it? So you'll see that, okay, health, as already mentioned, is it that what you value? I think all of us value health, hopefully. The health, what else, you know, you value in your life, your own life, and about you, that you know, this defines who you are. So what are those values? Is it your family? Is it your children? Is it your health? You know, our values are different. Some of them, obviously, we have the general values the same, but some people like, you know, moving, exercise, they couldn't do without. Some people like one of my values is I like when people are on time and when I'm on time. So time is a value to me. I value time, and yeah, I think is one of the values. Then family, joy, you know, so that will define who you are and what you focus on, and when you can say yes to things and people, and when it gives you boundaries, and when you can say kindly and nicely no to things.
Yes, absolutely. It's very, very great exercise. For example, obviously one of my core values is family, but also I will actually send after this streaming, I will send in the comments, if you want to look later, a little list of all the core values, just to make it a little bit easier for you. There is plenty to choose from. And one of my core values is authenticity, is honesty. And being authentic and honest, not just towards other people, but towards myself. And it's like ongoing personal development of mine, you know, like checking is very, very powerful, because more you are in line with who you are with, and not only discovering as well who you are, and all the little nuances of who you are. Yesterday I was doing family constellations. It was fascinating to see all the connections between my generations of women before me, and I cried. It was so beautiful. So you know, the more authentic and in line you are with yourself, from my point of view, the easier life gets, in terms of you get yourself in a natural flow. But it is a process, because the pitfall of this, guys, is that once you it's not a pitfall, it's just a little bit, I want to get you ready for, in case you are already in this process, is that you might, and it happened to many of my clients, you might, the more you get to know yourself, your values, your beliefs, you might get to the situation when you realize, oh my God, it happened to me, by the way, as well, many years ago, is that you might realize you're passionate about people, and really moves you to bring people together, is to contribute to world peace, to you know, bringing the light into people's lives. That's my passion, and that's very big value of mine. It's like breathing to me. And imagine, like, you know, 20 years ago I was working for like blue chip financial company, where we've been doing is shifting money from place to place. And I was exhausted. I was coming home thinking, is it me, or is just not making sense to this at all? Not just, you know, why? I didn't create anything. I finished the day and I came back from work, and I didn't feel like I helped anyone or changed anyone's life, or, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So what might happen, what I'm trying to say, is the more you will discover your own values, the more you will realize that a lot of not only career thing, but like also a lot of people will kind of drift off from you because you will no longer want to listen to the conversations they are having. We'll be talking about
That's
it a little bit
absolutely,
later on.
absolutely
It's like
right. Yeah. And it happens naturally. And then you also have this, because it's all connected, because you have values, and then it's connected to self-love. You love yourself more because of those things that you're doing and the values you have, and everything else kind of you creating your life around that. You're starting creating your life around, and then you see people, like you said, some people will drift away, and that's okay. But it's this understanding that it's okay that they do, because they've got their own values, or they have a different path, and you still love them, uh, on the highest level. There is no hate, there is no, you know what I mean? There's no those low energy feelings towards those people, because they're on their path and they've got their own values, and it's fine. That is the bigger thing from that, isn't it? That comes from it.
Yeah. And remember, and don't hesitate to go deeper. Because other day I had this conversation that I love making money, that's my value, I love money. Go deeper than that.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, it's not money you love, it's what is behind money. What money gives you. Does it give you freedom? Then freedom
what they
is
provide.
Value. Does it give you respect, or appreciation or adoration from others? Then that's the so look, that's behind
the value. Yeah, that's the core value.
That's the core value. Yeah. Does it make
and
sense,
it will
guys?
be different. It will be different for different people, and that's the thing. That is going to be your own core value. What the money, for example, brings to you, or what the money can provide for you.
In actual fact, like asking yourself, why would you like to have a lot of money? That's maybe a good question, because behind it, probably those true values. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if people answer like, I would buy a new, I don't know, mattress for my mom, then family is going to be probably your core value. You know what I mean? So it's a very good one. It's
exactly.
Yeah, very good. So the third one, number 3, and let us know also, guys, about your values. I want to hear. Number 3 we've got is try something new. Now, I added this one in because from my own experience, as a human beings, we are so wired to be in certain routine. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you make a breakfast for kids, you go to work, and unless we actively, and then it's a weekend, okay, and then you wash the dishes and you do whatever, hoover, but unless we actively interrupt the pattern of routine, by planning holidays or visit or going somewhere or meeting a friend or something, we would just work, sleep, eat, and do whatever we need to do in our household, shopping plus.
Yeah, and it's true, and it's interesting. I just want to add, sorry, a little bit, because there is a reason behind that. Because routine makes us safe, because it's something feels safe, and we like to feel safe. It gives us, we know what's happening, and it gives us confidence because we've already done it, we're good at it. But this is why we're doing it, but it's not probably leading us anywhere, and this is why you can carry on now. I just wanted to make sure that we know why we are in it, because routine is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Yes, exactly. It's that safety and feeling of being safe.
Stability.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so it's a good thing.
It's a
But
good thing, but it's like with anything in life, right? Too much of anything is too much,
yeah,
and too much of routine
yeah,
equals
it's
boring. You know, it's like my life is so boring. Well, it doesn't have to be. You know, do something new, try something new, create something new. You know,
mm,
I've got a long list of things that I want to do with my kids and with my husband, and I get inspired by my friends, by posts on a Facebook or by
yeah,
anything, and documentary films, you know, places I want to go and see. You know, I'm writing this list. Not everything I can do straight away, of course not, you know, but having that list, it's always a great thing because it's something to look forward to, something to,
yeah,
you know, create. Like, and also I would say, yes, having a routine is important, and but we need regularly something that spark, you know, bring the sparks into our life.
yeah. There's different things, isn't it? Something spark that we enjoy doing, I would say something that we enjoy doing, and something like you say, holiday or seeing different places that doesn't really require, which is something new and something enjoyable. That's one thing. Do that because again, that doesn't require much. It's not coming out of our comfort zone, but we need to do something that we little, something that we've never done before, and that we come out of our comfort zone because we're creatures of comfort, and from comfort, nothing new happens, does it? So we need to do those things that we enjoy, obviously, but also do something that you take you out of your comfort zone, like join a course that you always wanted to do, you know, or yeah, learn something new, or you know, I don't know what it might be. Let us know also in comments, what is it that you always wanted to do and that you feel like you wanted to do but you haven't done it yet,
Yes,
because that's the
learn
thing you should do.
learn a new language.
Yeah,
We have this saying
meet
as
people, because it's now after, you know, pandemic, we probably not really still not so comfortable or got used to not meeting people face to face. You know, that might be awkward suddenly. Now we don't, it's always online or something, so meet people face to face.
absolutely, and meet new people, and even like for some people, being out of the comfort zone is even going in a gym alone.
Yes,
You know, by
of course.
yourself. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who got this. So if you find it a little bit challenging, do it. I was coaching. I was supporting my friend who, my good old friend who had a real challenge to drive the car this
Mm.
week, this last few days, and she's in.
And
She's driving. It's the second day driving, and she's in, and she was, you know, postponing it. I was like, okay, Susie, this is it. Also Zuzka,
yeah,
Susie, this is it, this is the time. And it's amazing when we do get out of the comfort zone, when we do confront our fears, or like even conquer them, because it's not only that her life in this instance like got easier because, you know, like she lives in Manchester, she's driving, and is going to make her life much more interesting and easier.
yeah,
But also when we do conquer our worry or fear about something, and we do it inspired, something happens neurologically in our brain that automatically, of course, gives us more confidence.
mm.
It gives us more kind of like positive boost, like the way we view ourselves, which then reflects on the way we experience life and view the world. You know, everything like kind of shifts. So it's not just about driving, it's
Yeah,
about experience of life. And so I very much want to encourage you try new
exactly.
things. I've been doing it in all my life, and also your life is going to be so colorful, and one day
Mm.
when you're on that deathbed, you will look back and you will be thinking, God, it was so worth it. I was living it fully, and this is what I want for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So should we move on to the next one? Which one
Yeah.
have we done? Try something new. Continue with your personal development. I mean, yeah, so try something new and fears we mentioned, it is part of the personal development. Everything is basically, if you are working on yourself, whichever way, whether you improving health, or reading a book, doing something new, doing something that scares you, something that it is a personal development. So yeah, you've got here in the notes like get something on board, someone on board that can help you with that personal development, be accountable, because sometimes it's depending on what it is, but yeah, whether it's personal goals or business goals or job goals, that sometimes it requires to have someone who is on board with you, who is there to support you, who is there to you can be accountable to. Even with the fitness, if you have a fitness coach or someone that is doing those exercises with you, you're more likely to improve and to stick with it than when you're doing it on your own.
Absolutely. I've started this, I'm learning to cook from this whole grain, like completely new way of eating last 10 days. And I've got a very good friend who offered to do this first huge big shopping with me. And she said, Louise, when you go for the first shopping, I go with you, because I remember when I done it and I just didn't, I wanted to go back. But it's my husband who said to me, no, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it makes a whole world of difference to have someone who is on this journey with you. And, you know, personal development to me is, yes, discovering new things. Like I love it. Like I guess I'm a little bit addicted to this. I learning anything new that is interesting to me.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Anything that is like, I'm hungry for knowledge. And especially in terms of psychology, it's my passion. I am fascinated by the human brain and the way we operate, the patterns of behavior, all of that. And so, but for me, it goes hand in hand in continuously asking myself, you know, what else? And my life is pretty amazing, like really. But I continuously asking myself, what else is there? What I can bring into, I don't know, marriage with my husband? How we can, you know, take it that a little bit further in terms of, you know, having more joy, more intimacy, more laughter, more whatever, you know. And it's not like we have to, guys. It's not like it's not enough for me, as no, it's well enough. Like I'm whole and complete with anything and everything in my life as it is. And this is very important, to have this starting point wherever you are in your life when you are going through the personal development. It's okay.
But I'll ask you a question, because it's interesting. You say you're very happy and, you know, you've got everything, you know, all that. But why is that? Is it because you're continuously doing this, what you said, doing things, finding joy, learning, because that's something that gives you joy and that's something that fulfills you, because it's something that new things you're doing with your partner or with your family, with your children? That's why you're continuously happy. That's why all those things that you said you have and you are. I think you tell me. That's the question for you. Because if that all stopped and you were not on that journey of personal development, as you say, would you be happy in your life? We don't know, because
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
don't know.
All my adult life I was on this journey, so it's hard to say. But to be honest, I did have a period of my life where I wasn't doing any personal development. I can give you example, and it was the time where I had a huge burnout. So it was half year of my life where I had to drop everything. I had to drop everything. And I remember it was good experience for me, because I guess for that half year I experienced how it is to not having a joy in life, how it is to, I didn't want to go out of the bed, to be honest, you know, like I can really, really understand those people. So if you think that I'm all happy and I always been happy, no, there was a period of my life where I was really unhappy, and the worst thing, I didn't know what to do next, you know, I didn't know if it will ever change, or I will stay depressed all my life, you know. It's a dark place. I'm glad I've been there, but honestly, would I like to be there again? Nope. But your question is, so I know how it is when you don't have that thing that you look forward to a new day. And it's still possible to get out of there. And I did have people working with people like this, and it's a process. But I guess if you are watching this streaming, you are already on some kind of path, because probably you wouldn't even click on it. You'll be too resigned to even, you know, open this kind of subject on anywhere. So I'm talking to you guys, and the truth is, I really genuinely believe that my life and everything I have in life, including my children, my friends, my relationships, my husband, my career, what I do, or, you know, in my home, everything, relationship with my dad, or even how I'm able to cope with his disease. Sometimes it's hard, but, you know, I think still, you know, the strength I have in moments where, you know, I really needed the strength, I owe it all to, you know, personal development and everything I ever learned, and of course, you know, upbringing of my parents and everything. It's combination, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to,
exactly.
You know,
and it's quite broad, you know. Personal development doesn't have to be just you know, one thing. It's lots of things. Even you know, it's the way we see things, or wanting to, you know, look at the situation and be okay, think about it, and review what's happened, and what can you, for example, you talk to a friend, or have an argument or something. So look at the situation, pause and look at the situation, look at yourself first, look at what happened, and see what you can make better, how you can change it, how you can handle it differently. Or, you know, it is not just to study and to, you know, it doesn't mean it is personal. And then if you don't have answer, reach out or have a look online, read a book, and that is personal development, you know, being honest with yourself, and look at yourself first.
Yes.
It's always
what
start
is going
with yourself.
on over here with me.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
even like someone, you know, even if people keep on like reacting to a certain way, it is actually a lot to do with the energy we vibrate in. Because, I don't know, example, like if you are if you have like very low self-esteem deep down, you know, on the outside we are all
Yeah.
But deep inside, the conversation you are having about yourself, there might not be an accident that certain people, I don't know, at work or something, behaving towards you a certain way,
Yeah.
which is not nice, like belittling you or patronizing you or whatever it is, you know, that is repeating as a pattern. So that's so, and it is coming down to personal development, which is, you know, when something is repeating, not working in your life, it's very good to look at like, oh, what is really going on? Something you are not being, is not in your vision, is not obvious for you, and is running the whole show at the same time. It's so-called blind spot. And once you discover that, remove it, clear it up, unbelievable things happen, and you are
but usually it's like people tend to look at what others have done and what others have said and this and that. But like you said, start the massive transformation when it happens, or realization, is to start with yourself and start with yourself and do everything you said, but starting with yourself, because it all starts there. How we project our energy, we don't even have to say anything. We are radiating that energy around us, and then people react or act according to that. And of course, we are influenced by their energy as well. So it's like, it's a lot, isn't it? So, yeah.
Beautiful. I hope this is making sense, guys. Let us know whether and what is resonating with you. And if you don't want to share in comments, even send us a personal message. Susanna and I will be very happy to respond, assist, or whatever, support you. We are here. We really
we've got here, I can't see. We've got someone watching, so it would be nice to...
Yes, they are watching.
Who's watching us?
There's just not many commenting yet, but you know, like a lot of people...
Send us heart or something, you know, in comments, so we know you're here.
You know, we know. We want to know you are here.
Yes.
Now they are here. I can feel them.
Yes.
I can feel them. Okay, good. So let's go to next one. Let's see, Susie. We've got about 10 more minutes, so let's see. We get through what we get.
We're only on the number 5, so go on. You go this time.
Good luck to us. Okay, I think this is yours. Oh, is it mine? It's mine. Okay, number 5. Clarity for yourself. What you want in life. Clarify what you want in life. Now, this is a little bit linked, right? But I felt like it's important to write down this point like on separately, because you have no idea how many people come to me for discovery call, for conversation, and I'm sure it's like that for you, Susie, as well. Let me know. I'm quite sure. But you know, when I ask them questions like, what do you really want? And they start talking about things they don't want. Yeah. So I am annoyed with my husband that he does this and and my kids are doing me headache. And then I ask again, like, no. I stop them, and I said, no. What do you really want? And they still keep on going. And then when I ask third time, very like slowly, and it's like, listen. I said, stop. What do you really want? And that's when they go very quiet, and they sometimes for the first time in their life, they really give it a thought. And I'm really glad when that silence is there, because that silence to me means something very new is happening over here and over here.
Yeah.
And very often they say, well, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
And it's very beautiful when they say that, because it's very, very powerful for them, realizing for themselves. And this is why coaching is so amazing, right? Because it's not us, Susanna or I, telling people what to do. No, it's about people discovering themselves, like, oh my God. I remember when I was in a pizza place, I was 21 years old. And my friend Dawn, if you're watching, I would love you to watch, because I even told her recently after 20 years. Thank you for this, because we went to pizza place, and she said to me, Lucy, they used to call me Lucy at the time in England. Lucy, what do you want? What pizza do you want? I was like, I don't know, like, get me anything. And she said, no, what pizza do you want? And I was like, I don't know. No, my husband normally orders pepperoni, so just that one. And she went, no. What pizza do you want?
Yeah.
And that's when it hit me, guys. I never forget that moment in a pizza place. But in that moment, this friend of mine gave me the greatest gifts, because I realized that if I don't know what pizza do I like, how the hell do I know what do I want in life, what my, you know,
yeah,
what
and who I am,
about,
really, who I am.
Who I am,
Yeah.
what would, there is like, walking through life like this, it's like
Yeah.
wherever wind takes me. So that's why I think this point is very, very important. Like, dare to, and it's about daring as well. Is it about daring to say what you want? Don't worry about whether you can have it or not, or when, or whether you can afford it, or whether it's even possible. But dare to write down on the piece of paper, like open the next page and write down what you really want. Just do it. Sometimes it's challenging for my people to even
It
like
is challenging.
communicate it, but stay with it. Don't be put off by, there is going to be a lot of thoughts going through your mind. It's not possible anymore. I've got some women like, I'm 45, I want to have a baby, but I'm too old. End of. Maybe, but what if not? What is something still? What there are other ways, or looking at it from different angles, without you starting to play with what is possible. And this is what I like. Like, what if, like, what else is possible? Is it possible to look at the situation from different angles?
Yeah. Because often we are running narratives of other people, what other people say, and what our experiences, like if we failed or something didn't go how we wanted to, then we kind of stop daring to even say or think about the things that we rationalize in our minds, that what if is possible. There is not even that question anymore, because we run on facts and we run on past experiences and maybe hurts and maybe things. So it is very powerful and it can be very challenging. But as we know, again, we are what we think, and we are, there is a lot of attraction, and it is based on energy, and physics is not something that is there is a lot about it now, and there is even a research behind it. So we do attract those situations when we think and live and say these things, that what we don't want, when we say things we don't want and we live in that what we don't want, those things are happening to us on a bigger scale, right? So starting to write what we want is, or what is even possible, and without any attachments, like what if, just think about what if, playing, yeah, that comes from the happiness, from the joy, from your soul, from your core, your true self. What if? And then it will go, because if you let go of those attachments, of those obviously valid experiences, there is limitation. You won't let yourself past that point.
Yeah. Other people's expectations. So many of us live in other people's expectations, whatever dad wanted me to be, or without even realizing we are doing it, right? And in terms of dons, very rightly, Zuzka said, well, there is a thing, right? Imagine, let's just imagine, and the universe, it's true as well, universe doesn't listen to don't. Okay, so when you say I give me some don't, you see, I don't even use it anymore, but I
don't like arguments.
I don't like arguments. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
I don't want arguments.
I don't like arguments. I don't want to argue with anyone. Universe doesn't listen to don't. It's the same thing. Like, I don't know if you ever tried it.
It's
like,
just arguments. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like with small children, isn't it?
But it's
tried with small children.
It's like,
yeah.
But it's also when the child is running. Zuzi, did you have it ever? Like, your kid was running and you said, please don't run because you will fall. As soon as you said fall, but sorry, please don't fall. As soon as
Yeah.
you said it, kid was on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. That's the same way the universe works. You know, kids don't hear don't. They just fall. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be
Or don't
mindful
go
of this.
there. They just hear go there. Or don't do that. They hear do that.
Yes, yes,
You know, it's like,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand there. It burns. That's what they do.
They try.
Yeah, they
And you're
try.
like, ah,
It's
she
like
said
it's
nothing.
like it's like you're giving them ideas what to do
Exactly.
because they don't hear the do. Don't, sorry, they don't hear the
Exactly.
don't. They
So
just
with
hear.
this one, please be mindful of your language. I should have put that as another point, really, but be mindful of your language and not just what you put out of your mouth. I'm still learning this one, guys, don't take me wrong, but you know, like, it's lifelong mission. But not only what you say to your people or to, you know, actually physically say, but also be mindful of whatever is going on up here, you know, in that, literally that internal monologue of yours, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of crap going on there for most of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be great to hear what you know, what people want or what they were, yeah, how their experience is, whether when, because once you start thinking about it, focusing on it, it's like, yeah, most of the time I just say what I don't want.
Yeah.
But and it's also interesting in a relationship, isn't it? Because we might be saying what we don't want, what we don't like, what we don't, and then but the partner's like, okay, so what do you want?
Yeah.
He doesn't or she doesn't know. Or children, what can I do? What do you know? What do you want? Do you really, do you know? And that might cause arguments. Do you know what you actually want? Because if you say that, if you show it, say it, what you want, then it's easier for them to do it.
Yeah.
They know.
But you know, like where there is no sex life and women always complaining like, I have no sex, sex is crap, blah 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 blah, then it's very hard, you know, like, it's challenging to reframe it, and to, because you get to the point when you're almost resigned about the whole thing. So going into, you know, it's literally like shift of whole conversation. Like, try to come to your husband and, you know, say, do you know what, honey, I would love to have the fulfilling, intimate life with you, where we, you know, smell each other and we feel one another, and it's, you know, I would love to fall in love with you again.
Yeah.
It's like reframing it, you know. If how would you reframe I don't want arguments, Susie?
Well, depending on what arguments are,
of course.
Yeah. So I'd like to talk about it, or let's just sit down and talk about what is going on, or how we're going to go forward. You know,
yeah. But
like
in terms of like creation, we can. I don't like arguments.
Understanding, you can be say, I want to understand more. You know, I want to be understanding.
Yeah. Or just
accepting.
Simply, yeah. And on a paper, if you're, you know, in creation stage, rather than saying I don't want arguments, like in, you know, in creating what you want, you can write down something like, you know, I would love to have beautiful, fulfilling relationships where love is present. You know, something like that. But, you know, make it, put it in your own words. Susie, let's do number 6 as the last one, I suggest, because then it's going to be a lot of people subjects, how to create. So maybe we can do that like in our next streaming in 2 weeks time, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you are sending out emails as well, so so people will get, I mean, the people that follow you will get it in their email. So but we will do it next time. Which one did you say? So number 6, yeah. Reach out to coach, therapist, or counselor. Yeah, again, it connects to that personal development, but this is about to have someone that resonates with you and someone that is there for you. Also, there are, coach, therapist, counselor, depending on, again, what's going on with your life. If there's a lot of, if there was a trauma in your childhood, for example, and because of that, and I mean, we might subconsciously, sometimes it's there deep down that we don't even know about it. And things, like you said, will keep repeating, and you don't know why. And you've done everything you can to have a better life, to enjoy, but you're not getting anywhere. It's good to research and reach out and look around and talk to people how it helped them and who helped them, because that professional insight and help might be the answer to you healing and overcoming, healing, I would say, healing those traumas and going past it, kind of. So, that's one of the things as well that might be, you can consider.
With other words, if you are watching this and maybe at the back of your mind you're thinking, okay, but I'm miles away from living the life I love. Really, there would so many things have to happen, like in my life, before I even like my life.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the moment, and especially when you are watching this and thinking, yeah, that's well and good, but I'm different. I'm complicated case. It's easier for someone else to be, happy. Or if you're watching this thinking, yeah, but I don't even know where to start. I'm like feeling so stuck. I know I need to resolve this problem. It's like one woman yesterday said to me, I want to have a baby. I'm already, 43, but my husband doesn't want to have a child because he's got children from previous marriage, and I can't have a baby on my own, right? So, but she doesn't know how to even start the conversation, because this is not about conversation about whether to have a child or not. This is a conversation that goes that needs to happen much before the baby is going to be even like conceived or start to conceiving baby, because it's a conversation about their relationship. Is about why, because obviously he's not happy. He's not happy in a marriage, in relationship. There is something going on for him. She's not aware of it. So anyway, without going into details, what I'm trying to say is, if you're getting to the point of your life, like, yes, I need to do something about this, but I don't know how I would even, start or go about it. I don't know how to move. Like, I tried, I was watching some videos and it gave me a little bit positive vibe, but I still didn't, have that historical breakthrough where I would be able to say, yes, I'm moving forward. I have it handled. Please do not be alone. Like, choose the coach.
And you don't want to, probably, you tried everything. You don't want to make the situation worse, or, it is, especially when there is other people involved. You don't know, and having someone by your side, like a coach or therapist or counselor, it is they might see, and the specialists, they might see and give you, first of all, help you and guide you and do whatever needs to be done on your side. But then, because you're working on yourself, then you can not just help, you can help, but also facilitate for your partner, because you are somewhere else already. You have that someone that on your side, and who holds your energy, who holds you up, who is there for you, and is also an extra someone who you can talk to. Sometimes it just helps. Not it's just sometimes, it's all of those things, isn't it? It's all of those things. It helps to have someone that listens, that you can, someone who is not your partner, someone who is not
going to
that person.
Judge you as
Who's
well.
not going to judge you. Yeah.
Speak freely, and maybe is even like alone itself, being able to communicate what you feel. It is very, very powerful. Being able to even say it out loud, because in relationship coaching, what I do, one of the pitfalls is that a woman needs to understand herself, what she actually feel and what are her needs. And then she needs to learn in the process, and of course it's a process, how to communicate it effectively to the man, so he doesn't, he listens, so he doesn't just, you know, walk
Yeah.
off or pretends he's listening, but he doesn't really give a damn because he hears just noise from you talking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is a lot that coach can help you,
Mm.
you know, to show you different angles through which you can see the very same situation. To you know, transformational, good transformational coach or therapist is going to literally transform your way of being about certain challenging situations in your life that
Yeah.
will automatically um, bring you to very, very different result, and you know,
Exactly. And
the
once
kind
you've
of life
done
you live.
that, that get out of the system, I say, what you need to, like that, when you have that conversation with that coach uh, or counselor, uh, you probably, you probably feel release, and you probably won't even need to, you'll have a need to talk about it with your husband or partner or someone or business partner or whoever it is, your client or whoever it is, and you have a different perspective. And because if that person, if that coach wasn't there, you would have to, you would probably say it to your partner or to that person, and that will create an argument or something, you know. But if you have that with that coach, with that counselor, then you get it out of your system, you talk about it, and you have different perspective, and then you approach
Yes,
that thing and
with
the
new
situation differently.
tools.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
or to your mother-in-law, and it causes a whole mess in the
Yeah.
family.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, no, it's absolutely. I don't know how I can, even in my own life,
Yeah.
right? There is no money in a world that can pay for these amazing people, and there's a lot of good coaches and good therapists now.
And they
Of course,
train
you
to
need to
listen,
choose
and they
someone.
train, yeah, they trained, you know. It's different when you go to a friend
Yeah, yeah,
and you talk to a friend, because they can give you their opinions and ideas, and that might cause even more
yeah.
problems. So, you
Because
know,
everybody is going to give you advice on their from their own experience, and let's say a lot of people had a lot of broken hearts and a lot of bad experiences, so you might get advice like, oh, just leave him, I would leave him long time ago. And you
yes,
might, you know,
yes,
leave the partner, you know, father of your children, who this would be completely resolvable,
yeah.
and still fall in love
It's
newly with
happened to
him, and
my
on the
client. It happened
basis
to
of this
my
advice.
client. Yeah, I had a client, and you know, was working on the relationship. I am a business coach, but it's all connected, isn't it? Um, so yeah, she had friends telling her, leave him, I wouldn't be with him, I left my partner, I'm divorced, and I'm much happier, you know. But she is, because she was not listening, she had a different, she had a coach, uh, you know, she worked on the relationship, and they're happy, they're very happy, they're still
Yeah.
together. So
Or
yeah.
vice versa, you know, like a lot of people are staying in relationships for a very long time,
Yes,
and
or they need to
yeah,
leave, or whatever it might be.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah.
So anyway, guys, I hope you had a nice time with us. Maybe some of the subjects resonated with you more than the others. We are very curious about what did you get out of this. We will continue in 2 weeks' time, Susie. Okay.
Yes, 2 weeks time in English. Yeah.
And we will continue because we have a 21 steps. We went through 6. So good. You see, I had like 6 cents that we might not get, but I'm very pleased that we went with this pace, but because I believe that you got more out of it. And next week we will go through several more, and specifically, I can see here in my notes, we will be talking about how to live the life you love, and we will be talking about more about relationships. Okay, so how to let go of negative people from your life, how to surround yourself with those who who love and support you, how to repair your relationships, how to, start dating and, meeting someone newly, and so on. So, and much more than that. So we will continue in 2 weeks' time, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. I know the time is very precious, so we are very, very happy that you chose to be with us all this way. And for me, let's just enjoy the weekend. Hey,
Yeah, have a nice weekend, everyone, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, if you watch from catch up from replay, keep the conversation going or start the conversation, and let's just keep it going. And we'll talk about how to live your life.
Let's contributing to each other.
Exactly.
Lots of love to all of us. And guys, remember, the life is very short, and my stand and Zuzka's stand is for all of us, because this is available to all of us. I do believe the life you love is available to you all. So with that, I want to wish you a great weekend. Susie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.